Hey, what's up there, friends? Welcome to another episode of Random Things I Own, featuring me, John, from Saleosaurus. Today I have some incredibly cool Robo Force books from back in the day, being roughly 100 years ago when I was a small child. I was thinking these books would make for a cool video just because they're really interesting. You don't see them around too much. They have fantastic, beautiful hand-painted art, and I just thought I would share them with you. So I'm gonna start off with this small book here, the Treasure of Andor. Gotta capitalize on the Star Wars hype, right? But I just thought I would also show the other two books, The Mountain of Burning Ice and Robo Force and the Giant Robot. And if you guys like this first book, maybe we can read these other two in the future. But I'll leave them up here just because they look cool. Robo Force, a somewhat obscure toy line from the 80s. I put one of them here that I recently picked up from a friend of mine, and this is Soda. I don't remember a ton about him. We're gonna kind of enjoy learning about the characters as we read these books, because while I do have a lot of fond memories about these toys from when I was a kid, I don't remember most of the specifics about characterization, or who was a good guy, who was a bad guy, and all that. The main thing to know about these goofy Robo Force robots, every single one of them has a suction cup for a butt, and they have this interesting gimmick where their hands, their arms, will kind of grab at you. And that's about what they do. So, all right, let's read this book. And maybe this is one of the great stories, the great untold stories of modern history. Treasure of Andor, Robo Force Adventure by Regina King, illustrated by Fernando. From 1985, check that out. Some of the character names that we can look forward to getting to know in this tiny book. Okay. Out in the vast desert of the planet Zeton, Dr. Richard Fury was on an important quest. With him was Soda, the intelligence-gathering member of the Robo Force. "If these old maps are right," said Dr. Fury, "the lost city of Andor should be somewhere near this oasis, Soda. Are you getting any readings?" Soda moved closer around the oasis, scanning with his sensors. Negative. Wait. My sensors detect subterranean structures and an entrance of some kind. Right about here." Soda stopped and pointed down to the sand before him. We got a little peek at one of the vehicles there that the Robo Force team drives around. "At last," said Dr. Fury excitedly. "Quick, Soda, contact Max and Wrecker." A few minutes later, Max and Wrecker arrived at the oasis. "What's up, Doc?" asked Wrecker. "Gentlemen," said Dr. Fury, "below us is the buried city of Andor, one of the most advanced civilizations in the history of the galaxy. Thousands of years ago, the Andorians realized they were all about to die from a genetic defect. The elders put all their vast knowledge into a huge computer, which is somewhere down there." "Well, what are we waiting for?" said Max. "Let's start digging." We can see this is Max Steel, one of them. I think he's kind of the Optimus Prime of the bunch. And then we got Wrecker. I would have thought Wrecker would be a bad guy, but I think maybe it's like you kind of understand that the hardworking blue-collar jobs, those are the good guys. Wrecker fired up his atomic jackhammer and uncovered a tunnel leading into the buried city. Soon Dr. Fury and the three robots found the computer room, a vast chamber lined with computer terminals and giant video screens. On one wall was a series of strange symbols. "The knowledge of the ages must be stored here," exclaimed Dr. Fury. "Yeah, but can it play chess?" said Wrecker. I have a lovely wide shot here. "We'll soon find out," said Dr. Fury with a chuckle. "These symbols are from the ancient Andorian alphabet. They look like access codes to the computer, and this looks like an index of information." Dr. Fury studied the symbols for a few minutes. "Look at this, Max," he said excitedly. "According to this index, there's data in this computer on weapons, teleportation, invisibility, even medicine. Why, with this information, we could—" "Dr. Fury," Soda interrupted, "sensors detect alien presence above ground, possibly hostile." "Let's check it out," said Max. I don't really know how to characterize Max's voice, or, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Let me know how I'm doing. I guess these are the strange symbols that they were talking about. Soda was right. Hundred the Conqueror and Enemy the Dictator, two evil robots, had followed Dr. Fury to the Oasis. They worked for Nazgar, a cruel warlord who wanted to enslave the people of Zeton. "What is Fury doing down there?" said Hundred. "What has he found?" "And most important," said Enemy, "how can we steal it?" Just then they heard Dr. Fury coming back through the tunnel. They hopped aboard their dread crawlers, zoomed into space, and hid on a nearby asteroid. It's another one of the vehicles from this line. It's interesting. I didn't realize that. I guess it makes sense, but I didn't realize there would be multiple dread crawlers. But, I guess it makes sense. It's a one-seater. Kind of a Wind Raider kind of situation, I guess. "No sign of anything," said Dr. Fury when he and the robots reached the surface. "Let's get back to the Fortress of Steel and tell the others what we've found." They had no way of knowing that after they left, Hundred and Enemy came back to the Oasis and found the computer room. Hundred translated some of the symbols. Then he and Enemy returned to their secret hideout and reported their findings to Nazgar. "Medicine, bah," said Nazgar. "Weapons, invisibility, teleportation. Excellent. Get into that computer," he ordered. "With it, I will rule Zeton." I don't think I've ever seen this guy before. I guess that's Nazgar. Seems like they never made a toy of that guy. He's like, no suction cup in sight on that guy. When he got back to the Fortress of Steel, Dr. Fury found that his son Mark was very ill. Coptor was pacing by Mark's bed, his propeller whirring nervously. "Coptor," said Dr. Fury as he took Mark's pulse, "what happened?" "I don't know," said Coptor. "We were exploring in the Forbidden Sector, and Mark touched a silver flower shaped like a star, and then he collapsed." "A silver flower shaped like a star?" "Yes," said Coptor. Dr. Fury gasped. "The Lumina plant. There's no known cure. He'll die." We got a fella hanging out back there in a med bed. It's not doing any good to him. And Coptor he's comforting Dr. Fury. How sweet. "Dr. Fury," said Max, "maybe the computer can help us. The Andorians might have developed a serum for Lumina fever." "Of course," said Dr. Fury. "Coptor, stay here and keep an eye on Mark. Max, you get the Robo Force together and meet me in the hangar. And hurry, there's no time to lose." As the Robo Force zoomed back to the buried city of Andor, Max noticed several dread crawlers following them. "Don't look now," said Max, "but we've got company." "Oh, no," Dr. Fury moaned. "Don't you worry, Doc," said Blazer as they landed near the oasis. "We'll stay up here and cover you." "I'm counting on you," said Dr. Fury. Then he rushed down to the computer room to look for the serum formula. Love this series of dread crawlers chasing after... I know this is sort of the big good guy vehicle, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I bet you'll tell us later on. As Hundred and his robots attacked, Blazer let them have it with his flamethrowers, and Max and Wrecker fired away with their laser rifles. Sentinel zoomed off in his robo-cruiser and struck from behind. One of his blasts destroyed the power unit on Hundred's ship, and the ship began to chug and lurch in the sky. Vulgar hooked a tow line into Hundred's dreadcrawler, and the evil robots regrouped and flew away. "Leaving so soon?" Blazer yelled at the retreating robots. "The party's just started." Just then, Dr. Fury emerged from the tunnel. "I've got the formula for the serum," he cried happily. "Let's go." When they got back to the Fortress of Steel, Dr. Fury rushed to his son's bedside. "How is he, Coptor?" the doctor asked. "Barely breathing," said Coptor. Dr. Fury rose with determination. "I'll be in my lab." At the Fortress of Steel, big old play set there for the Robo Force. Definitely didn't look that cool in real life, but hey, it's still awesome. The hours ticked by as Dr. Fury worked on the serum in his lab. Max and his warrior robots waited anxiously, feeling powerless for the first time in their existence. Suddenly, the radar dish on Soda's head began to whir. "Sensors detect dread crawlers heading this way." "Come on, guys," yelled Max. "To the weapons room." We got a nice shot of Dr. Fury in his lab, foodling about there. Suddenly, Hundred and his robot thugs blasted through the bulkhead door and swarmed into the weapons room. Max and his brave band fought them off, but Hundred and Vulgar slipped through and began to hunt for Dr. Fury. In his lab, Dr. Fury had finally made the serum. This will either cure him or kill him, the doctor thought as he injected the serum into Mark's arm. Suddenly, the lab door burst into flames, and Hundred and Vulgar stormed in. "Ah, both of you at once," said Hundred with a snarl. "What a prize!" Just then, Mark rose from the bed, shaking his head groggily. When he saw Hundred and Vulgar, he came to life. "Dad, get Max!" he yelled as he leaped from the bed and tried to wrest the laser rifle from Vulgar's hands. But Hundred grabbed Dr. Fury and flew back to Andor with him. "You're going to show me how that computer works," Hundred told the doctor. But the computer shut itself down when Hundred touched it, as if it sensed his evil intentions, and Dr. Fury refused to help. "Then I'll destroy this whole place and everything in it," Hundred screamed, "including you." And then Mark burst in with the Robo Force. They blasted away at Hundred, who returned their fire, and then ran back through the tunnel like a coward. I don't want to be too pedantic, but I don't know how these guys run with these little suction cup bottoms. But hey, who am I? I didn't design this. "Let him go for now," said Dr. Fury. "With the knowledge in this computer, we can save hundreds of lives, and someday defeat Nazgar and his henchmen for good." And now we have Dr. Fury and Mark, who kind of have the same face, even down to the wrinkles in the widow's peak there. Pleased with a job well done. So that's the end of this book. I hope you liked it. It was pretty fun. It was a little bit longer than I was expecting it to be. Let me know what you thought about this, and if you want to hear some more. I'm probably going to do it whether you say yes or no. Until next time, let's all try to be cool, and I'll see you again soon.